Hey, how are you? I'm Susie, the nurse educator at Svelte, and thank you for reviewing this podcast about self-subcutaneous injection of semaglutide at home, and we're at home. So just a few words about Sema before I get into the technical part of injecting. Semaglutide is a GLP-1 compound that's available to us as the generic for Wegovy Ozempic. So the reason it's available is because our government issued an emergency compounding order in the fall of 2021 because there was a shortage of Ozempic and Wegovy. Novo Nordisk, the drug manufacturer of those two drugs, they had a plant shut down. This created a huge emergency shortage in the USA. As we all know, this drug is really powerful and important for diabetics. So if you have anyone in your life that's complaining they can't get their Ozempic or their Wegovy, please tell them to ask their ordering physician about compounded generic semaglutide. Okay, so right now there's still a shortage and we're able to deliver the compounded semaglutide to the public. If the emergency compounding order is lifted, Svelte will go to earlier generation GLP-1 drugs that are subcutaneous injection also. It just won't be Sema, okay? But right now, we've got the Sema and we're happy to provide it to you at a much reasonabler cost than the trade names Ozempic and Wegovy. Okay, so your vial of Sema, I got a vial here. It's always going to be kept in the fridge. Ideally, you're going to keep it in this plastic bottle. Why? Because these glass vials, they break easily. If you drop it on your granite countertop or your floor or tile, and that's awful. If you break this vial, this is precious. Don't break it. Be careful with it. Keep it in the plastic container. We use a couple of different compounding pharmacies. So your vial will probably always come from either tailor-made compounding pharmacy. They use the green plastic and they have a really small glass vial. Another compounder we use is Magnum Compounding, and they use a blue plastic vial. If your vial, and it's bigger, their glass vial is bigger, so you might get a different vial and be like, this looks different. It's just from a different compounder, but you're probably going to have the same compounder each time. All right, so the vial is breakable. It does expire. It needs to be kept in the fridge. It doesn't go in the freezer. If you're traveling, you need to travel with it like this. Don't try and pre-draw up your dose and carry that around, because the little insulin syringe, it's plastic and it's clear, and Sema is much more stable when it's kept refrigerated and in a glass tinted glass vial. Okay, so that's a few words about your Sema, and you want to keep it in your fridge. If you travel somewhere, just do a little insulated bag with an ice pack in it, and then when you get where you're going, you can, and I would even put your syringe in there that you're going to use and your alcohol swabs, keep it all together, and then just wherever you get where you're going, put it in the fridge there. All right, now we're going to talk about the Sema syringe. There's two sizes of syringes. When you start on Sema, your starter vial, you're using the 30 unit syringe. That's this one here. Okay, there's a larger one when you get up to the higher doses, and that one's a 50 unit syringe. So the syringes are like this. They're to be used once. Do not reuse your syringe, okay? The reason is it's a tiny little needle. You see how tiny? Can you see that? And it's 1/4 inch. It's a very small subcutaneous injection. So it gets dull immediately. Like once you use it, it's designed for one injection. Do not reuse your Sema syringe. What you want to do as soon as you finish injecting is put it into your sharps box. Now the sharps box that we gave you has some goodies in it, your extra syringes, your alcohol swabs. You want to take all of that out of there. Get this lid affixed to it. Once the lid is on, it's not coming off, okay? One other thing about these little syringes. Don't do this. Don't recap. I just recapped because I'm going to demonstrate how to do the shot. But for you, you just want to take it after you do the shot and put it in the sharps box. Once your sharps box fills up, you can take this, you can close it, and you can take it to your local fire station, and they will dispose of it for you. Now, dosing with Sema, we start everybody on a vial that is half the strength, okay? The first vial you do, it's half the strength of your second vial. And you're doing a little dose. The reason we do this is so you don't have massive, terrible side effects from the Sema. Sema can cause a lot of GI side effects. It's actually a hormone that they've recreated that makes you feel full. So that's the magic with Sema. You just don't have much of an appetite, especially when you get up in those higher doses. So everybody's different. Some people feel the side effects of nausea, diarrhea, constipation, even stomach cramps at the very first dose. If you do, just let us know. We can back off your initial dose and start you off even lower. Other people go through that whole first vial and feel nothing, okay? So if you're one of these people that wants to get the weight loss going and you've already done 2 shots and you're not feeling it, go ahead and bump up your dose. Call a Svelte coach. We can go over and make recommendations on how to dose you and what to pull you up to. You're always going to be using the hash marks, which are units. So the units is what you're going to pull to. And your syringe comes with this little cap. You just pull that off, throw it away. And then you're going to always prime these because the rubber stopper, needs to just get loosened up for when you go to inject. You want it to go in easy, right? So you prime it. And then you're going to wipe the top of your vial, put the needle in, draw up to the hash mark that you're on that week, right? Draw up to your hash mark, get the bubbles out. Little tiny bubble that you can't get out, don't worry about it. You don't want to waste Sema. But you flick it, get the bubbles out, push up so there's no air inside the syringe. And then you're going to take your alcohol swab. Now I'm going to talk about dosing sites. The first one we teach in the office is this right here. This is your omentum. Okay, the omentum is a layer of fat on top of the rectus abdominis. The rectus abdominis is a network of muscles. It's your six-pack, right? You don't want to inject muscles when you're injecting Sema. You just want to inject the subcutaneous space. That's why the needle's so tiny. To really make sure you're in the sub-Q space, you can pull the sub-Q tissue away from the muscle. That's what you want to do. The reason it's important to rotate sites is because if you keep injecting the same place every week, here and here and here, you can suffer worse side effects. So you want to really move the sites around your body. The good news is you've got subcutaneous fat all over your body. So, I mean, it's not that you're fat all over your body. Certain areas have more subcutaneous fat than others, but it is a layer all over your body. There's spots you can grab back here. It's a little tricky. You might need help with this injection, but you can certainly pull away the sub-Q tissue on the back of your arm. You can grab sub-Q on the back of your thigh and at the bottom of your rump, and you can inject there. You just don't want to be going into the muscle. So you're going to grab the sub-Q space. You're going to wipe that area where you're going to inject. You're going to inject the needle. Then you're going to push the plunger in. Then you can let go and pull the plunger out. The reason I recommend letting go before you pull the needle out is because you're releasing all the pressure, and that's going to help the Sema stay in. If you're squeezing it and you pull the needle out, sometimes you're squeezing the Sema out too, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so that is how you inject subcutaneous Sema. Remember, you want to rotate those sites, and dosing can be custom. Yes, we have a guide that we give you, a schedule, but you want to listen to your body, and you want to determine, should I bump up quicker and get more action out of this Sema, or should I back off because I'm having all these side effects? Now, one of the major side effects of Sema is dehydration, which leads to constipation. The best thing you can do on Sema is consciously drink water. Just make yourself drink water. One of the problems is Sema suppresses the appetite so effective, especially as you get to the higher doses, that you don't want to even drink water, but you really need to. We have actually opened up an IV lounge at Svelte. It's called Svelte Solutions. Our Sema customers get 25% off any of our IVs. So take advantage of that. We have several Sema clients that are coming in once a month for hydration. Imagine you come into Svelte, you get 1,000 milliliters of fluid infused intravenously over an hour. Really, it takes a little less than an hour. We can add all kinds of great supplements to it. Vitamin C for skin. We have a cocktail. We call them cocktails for refreshing and hydrating and giving you some vitamins. And then we have the Myers cocktail, which is chock full of healthy vitamins. The great thing about IV therapy, in addition to hydration, is that it detoxifies the cells. It cleans you out. This is really important if you're trying to lose weight. Now, here's another thing I want to say about doing the Sema program. This is not a magic drug. You're going to have to do your part. So if you think you can get up in the morning and eat donuts and then have fast food for lunch and then have chips and dip and creamy pasta for dinner with fudge brownies for dessert and a bottle of wine, you might have a hard time losing weight. The Sema is going to suppress your appetite, but you want to take care of the lifestyle and make healthy choices. In your Sema book that we gave you, we have all these whole food recommendations, healthy, clean foods. You want to avoid processed foods on Sema. You're going to be eating smaller meals because you get full so quick. You might even want to carry a snack bag with you and definitely carry a water bottle with you. The other thing that's important when you're trying to lose weight, it's all about decreasing inflammation and gut health. So we start all of our clients, no matter which weight loss program you're doing at Svelte, whether it's Svelte MD, Svelte OTC, or Svelte Sema, you're going to get the 3 amigos when you start the program. You're going to get probiotic. You take this at bedtime. It works great as your gut, is resting overnight. Anybody trying to lose weight, you got to be on a great probiotic, and ours is awesome. And then the fat burners, the calcium pyruvate fat burner. We recommend 2 of these in the morning and then 2 more at dinner time. Calcium pyruvate is great because it's just constantly sending a signal to the liver to burn fat. Our Svelte shot is also a great complement to the Sema program. The Svelte shot is our intramuscular injection that we do in the office, and it has B12, 3 amino acids for fat burning, and chromium chloride. You can also choose to do B6 upgrade, which is really nice if you're bloated and you're trying to get off some extra water weight. Especially if you have an event you're going to and you want to fit into your party dress, I highly recommend the B6 upgrade. So, and then the pharmaceutical grade multivitamin. Oh, this is actually cacao, but the 3 amigos, we call them, are the pharmaceutical grade multivitamin, and it's really great. It doesn't have iron in it, so it doesn't make you nauseous. I do recommend taking it with food. The fat burners and the probiotic, those all come with your program. Now, cacao is a supplement for anybody who is stressed. This is chock full of polyphenols. What polyphenols do is they clean up your vessels. They get rid of all that cortisol that's from the high stress level that your adrenals put out. So cacao is great for people who are stressed. We've also got omegas, really important if you're trying to lose weight. You want to decrease the inflammation. Omegas decrease inflammation, comprehensive all through the body, brain all the way to the tendons in your feet and your toes. The omegas are just an incredible protection and decrease inflammation for weight loss. We've got so many supplements. One more that I want to mention is called Svelte Synergy, and this is a proprietary blend that we offer at Svelte. It's a 1 or 2 a day oral tablet, and it's amazing. It's got Garcinia gambogia, it's got bee pollen for energy, it's got green tea extract. So if you're experiencing some of the tired side effects of Sema, because you can experience some fatigue with Sema, it's different than Svelte MD. If you've ever done Svelte MD where you have phentermine, you know, you get a lot of energy from that. So with Sema, because it's working in a completely different way to suppress the appetite, people can feel tired, and the Svelte Synergy is a great supplement to take advantage of. We do offer 20% off when you purchase 3 supplements. When you get low on the 3 amigos, you can just, when you're in the office doing a Sema weigh-in, for example, you can go ahead and just get the 3 amigos that day and restock. When you get to your goal weight, you might be worried about regaining weight. You do not have to stay on Sema forever. There's a lot of buzz out there that if people go off Sema, they immediately gain weight again. No, that is not necessarily true. Do people gain weight again? Yes. Their appetite is back. So when you haven't had an appetite in a long time and then all of a sudden you have one, you got to be in charge again. I had a customer say to me recently, oh, I don't want my appetite to come back because I've heard it's going to be even stronger than before. No, the appetite is the appetite. The reason we gained weight in the first place is because our appetite is so good. And the American diet, let's face it, it's pretty toxic. Things that we eat cause rebound hunger. So learn about metabolism while you're on Svelte Sema. Learn as much as you can about how your body works. You don't have to take it forever. You're going to get down to your goal weight. You're going to transition off. Then it's up to you to maintain your svelte shape, and you can do it. And if you ever regain more than you want, you can always return. And Svelte, we are your advocates, we're your partners. We will help you get down to that ideal body weight again. So many health advantages to being at your optimal body weight. You deserve it. Okay, one other thing before I say goodbye and sign off. Please connect with us on social media. If you like to do Twitter, follow us on Twitter. We drop all kinds of great stuff on social media. We make announcements, we do promos. If Facebook is your thing, follow us on Facebook. If Instagram, we have a great Instagram following as well. And then with the portal, we do have a patient portal. And if you're not connected, just call us and we'll send you an invitation so you can be connected to our practice. That enables you to see your appointments online, send us messages, make new appointments, get your labs. You can tell us at midnight, hey, I'm gonna be late tomorrow, or I'd like to move my appointment. And we're gonna see that as soon as we come into the office. So the portal is really valuable. It's actually an app on your phone, and you can message us right through it, see your appointments. It'll even show you where the office is. If you're going to an office you've never been to before, we do have 3 locations, and we have hours that vary at each location. For instance, our Dr. Phillips location is open late on Mondays, so that's really great. And then our East Orlando is open till 7 on Wednesdays. And then Lake Mary has the Saturday morning shift. And we hope to see you soon, and call us if you have any questions. You're going to do great.